5, 4, 3, 2. Shizzy with the Xbox here, aka Link, aka L1 a Philosopher. I'm here with
it's Astronaut H, man. I'm here. You know what we coming to do. Let's get right into it, man.
All right, so Bel Air episode 4. Let's start talking about it. Okay, where does it start? We get a good old speed chest.
With, good game.
Phil, Uncle Phil and Carlton. Even though the speed chest didn't seem that speedy, we at the end of the game, but if they want to do speed chess, I think give me a little bit. I want to get the real, but okay, that's cool.
I mean, it's a TV show.
Exactly. So they have to, you speak to the teacher, you think of Harlem and all that.
Yeah, it's a speed chess
chess hustlers out there, but it seems like our Carlton beats Uncle Phil. I don't know if he does it a lot because he's a little more like, I got you, and Uncle Phil like, all right, calm down, young, and I just wasn't focused.
I wasn't focused. I got a lot of things on my mind.
Yeah, he said you want to run his back, and that's when the show sets up. He like, nah, I can't run it back, and he has to get ready for
he has
for
to
the
get
campaign.
basically for the
event?
campaign.
Is the event tomorrow?
Yeah,
at a bowling alley for the campaign. So he got to really get focused on that, and he wants Will and Carlton to help get rotors out in the streets.
Yeah.
Now Carlton for the rip saying like, all right, man, what's up with this? Like, is my opinion you up with this whole Shaq and Kobe, Will and Carlton thing?
I like that they said that.
Exactly, that was cool. Then of course, you're like, well, that pair won championships. And then I guess Carlton just really coming out more clean because I don't know how long it's been. It's hard to see the track of the days. Has it been weeks in your opinion?
He said
that Will been there.
He said what happened at the basketball game. So that was a week. Like a week has transpired since that happened.
All right, so he's just still more like I don't think I could really get along with this guy, but if I get along with this guy and we get these mini rotors, can I get these on VIP tickets? What's the age?
Yeah, he wanted to go to the Derby.
Exactly. So like the VIP tickets. I don't feel like whatever, sure. If you could give me but first Carlton hit him with the 30.
He said 30. If I get 30.
Yeah, and Uncle Phil like give me 50.
Yeah.
He said deal. And then after this, like, man, I would have kind of at 40. Like,
you gotta let you get at 40.
Exactly. So that was cool.
Yeah.
So that was cool. So that sets up that, and I think right after that,
they go to the school.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
they go to the school.
Yeah, because Will's talking to Lisa in the parking lot.
It goes to the school first.
Yeah, Will talks to Lisa in the parking lot, and I ain't gonna lie, man. This not, and for me, this not making Will look like in a good light the way he's talking to Lisa after we know the information.
Yeah.
So he's talking to Lisa. Lisa, I let him know
right.
Her mom ain't here, and she don't really tell everybody that. And so Will's getting all even closer to her, but they talking about, are you going to be at the bowling alley later?
Yeah.
I think it's the next day. And then out of nowhere, we see a creepy dude.
It's a figure. It's a
figure, a black dude. You don't see him
at this point. You see a figure with a tattoo on their neck, looking in Will's direction.
And what we thinking? Like, yo,
things are
Philly
happening.
from Philly got some connects. He out
Things
here looking at Will. So
things
we like, okay, all right. Cause last episode it ended with Rashid. Is it right? I don't want to
the
black captain.
Rashid.
Yeah. Like seeing him, like So we supposed to assume it's being connected to that. We like, what's going on?
Of course.
But after that scene, it just goes to Aunt Vivian like braiding hair.
No, Link, you skipped the part.
I skipped the part.
Is that what happened first, or did Will and Hillary start talking?
No, because it's actually basically for some reason telling her mom like why do we have to do this?
All right,
she's just saying
that's after then.
Yeah, that's after because I guess she's trying to be like, we love your father, and but Ashley's whole why we gotta act all perfect, and Ashley had a little more lines in this episode.
Yeah, she had a lot of she had a whole storyline in this episode.
Exactly. So that's what Ashley starts her storyline because she's texting somebody and she's like, who are you texting? Like, yeah. But she's texting I guess some dude she met online by gaming. It's not a little creepy,
Yeah.
That she likes him, so they text him back and forth. Then the next scene, it's actually when Trey and Will's on the phone.
Trey and Will is on the phone.
And then he's letting them know that bro, he know you. He know you in Bel Air, bro.
You out there.
Exactly. Then Will nervous. But
How you know? Who told you?
Exactly. He like only you and my mom know. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if he actually told him that he seen a video online. He just say he know you out there.
He just know you out there.
Exactly. And this is when the stuff we talked about the first video, came to light, and now we know the truth. Because he still didn't talk to Hillary yet, bro. You know what happened next?
He wanted to talk to Uncle Phil, but G was downstairs.
Went exactly. What? Now we knew, because beforehand we like, all right, bro. He acting a little too. G acting a little too like the problem solver.
G was like, because when he came to G all nervous, G was like, listen, man, he Will said, do you know while I'm here? He said, you got into a little squabble in the basketball court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some guys want to come after
some bad
you.
man from Philly want to get you.
Yeah. So, and he said his name. So that's when the antennas really went up.
Yeah, like he said his whole name too. Like he said his whole name.
How you know that?
Yeah, then he's like, you know what? Don't even tell your aunt and uncle. I take care of it. He like,
it's taken care of. Don't even worry about
it. He's confused, like, but now we know, because remember we said before, Jeffrey felt a little different.
I said that though. I said he
like
remind me of the transporter. He remind me of the transporter. It's like, yo, bro, like you ain't Jeffrey. Like
exactly. No, you the different type of G. You a legit
G.
Like,
you a G. Yeah, you a G. Like
So that was interesting, right? Then the next scene after that, it is actually trying to find a place. Actually is looking at houses.
No, Hillary.
My bad. Hillary is looking. I'm sorry for the name. Hillary is looking at places. She's online talking to the interview to get into what
the influencer house.
The
influencer house. Yeah.
This scene was kind of like to me, like, hold on, you switching up now because you have no problem selling yourself to these houses. But when you had an interview for a job, you was all like, I shouldn't have to compromise. But you willing to compromise in this, like,
I feel like
don't be salty now.
I feel like in all honesty, I feel like what that was about was her doing, things on her terms instead of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when she had the interview about the food thing, it really wasn't.
She didn't feel like she felt like she didn't need it.
It wasn't a fit.
Like, even her mom said, like, this is a step up. She thought it wasn't a step up. So she already had in her mind, it's not, even though it was. Reality, if it's the number one food magazine,
and you do food,
and you're getting paid, and you're getting paid to do recipes. Because she said she's not really making that money offline. We'll ask her a couple episodes ago. So you're going to take your profile and lift it up. So she downplayed that as in, like, they want me to be different, but in a house, she's selling herself like she's supposed to, but I never thought about that. I never had a white co-host, but I guess she wasn't saying she won't. I guess she's right, because in an influencer house, I guess everybody is content creators, and I'm guessing they can use each other. Like, it's just like more platform to the house.
Yeah, just like
depends on how big your platform is. Now, I guess her platform wasn't big enough. She felt right because she wasn't getting the answer she wanted in the beginning. So.
Hillary, as time goes on, especially with the social media people, period, is like, you're never going to reach a certain status unless you do certain things.
Exactly. So she's 50,000, I think, on Gram. I think she says 25,000.
She said she was like 250 on TikTok. Like, that's crazy. If that's like real numbers, you getting sponsorships, you making money.
Yeah, I think she said 25,000.
I think she said 250.
Like $250,000? 250.
I think she said 250. I think she said 250 on TikTok. I remember
one episode she said she got like 75,000 viewers, and then she said 50 here. So if it is 250, they need to change up their numbers. I mean, she should be making some form of money.
She can make money. 250, 250,000.
But you can see in her eyes, real life is hitting her a little bit, right? It's never happened before. She never had to worry about things. The next scene, they jump into, I guess, showing Aunt Vivian is getting back into painting. She wants to clean out her closet. Well, no, her studio, whatever she's at.
Yeah.
Talking to her friend. And I forgot the people she named.
She started naming all these, like,
they were. I looked them up to make sure they are real artists. They are big artists in America who does African American painting. And so her storyline is she started around the same time they started, and they was always compared to each other.
Yeah.
And I guess to show how good she was to the crowd, so we know. And she's stepping back into a relationship to start.
Right. She want to find herself again. And like she said, dealing with Phil and his stuff, dealing with the kids and they stuff. I lost myself in doing all of that. And honestly,
she said she lost time. Honestly, she didn't stop, but she lost time.
Yeah, and honestly, you can see that happening because if your husband is going on a trajectory upward at some point, and you're a mom and a wife, at some point, some things are going to take a back seat to that. So
I like how the stories are. I kind of like how they telling the story. They give you a little piece every time they show Aunt Vivian on screen. Because we go back to Ashley was saying, well, why did we do this? She ended up saying, I did this to Phil already.
Yeah.
I took Phil all over these places he wanted to go, and he was there and he was supportive.
Yep.
And so she's not really, it's kind of weird. She's not really saying like, it's my wifely duties. She like, no, he did it for me, so I have to do it for him. So I can't be tripping, like act like,
because it goes back to what Phil was saying to Carlton in the beginning. He was like, you putting because Carlton was like, you putting mom against me. He was like, no, we move as one.
Exactly.
We move as one. So you know what that means. Like they make all decisions collectively. Exactly. So that's really important, especially in that situation that they got going on.
Exactly. So then we got Hillary and Will's playing the piano.
Will's playing the he's playing a Steinway, very expensive piano.
Yeah, and he said he learned by the cardboard, right? Using the cardboard as keys, and the lady in church taught him. That was interesting. So
I like when Hillary
I guess
was
it's
like,
come back around.
Yeah, how did you learn? You ever played before? He's like, and he explained it. That was some poor. That's poor.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, all right, like, cause that's what they want to get across. They want to get across how
you gotta
poor he was, how rich. He's saying, because if you want to say that he didn't have the piano, that makes sense, right? Why would I live in Philly? Why would I have a piano?
Steinway.
But you just said the lady in church was teaching you, and she didn't teach you on a church piano. Of course she did, but they didn't. That should have been a story. Yo, I went to church. I went there and I learned some stuff. She's like, no, I went home. And
my mom ain't have enough,
so I played.
So she drew it on.
I was going to say like a toy. I was going to say like a toy like keyboard. Nah. A toy keyboard, you could get the tunes out of it.
Will was dirt poor.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, come on,
dirt
bro.
Poor.
Then Hillary brings up she had lessons.
10 years.
She said 10 years lessons, and she can't even do that. And I'm like,
10 years.
All right, so they try to at least show you like the difference of it's still a gap.
It's a gap.
Of how they both look at the world, you know.
Yeah, it's a gap. And the funny thing is when Will noticed that something was going on with Hillary and her attitude demeanor was like a little shifty. He was like, "What's going on, Hill?" And she started explaining it to him. And he just brought.
He blatantly said it too. This is the first time you couldn't afford something.
Yeah,
in your life, and this one knew she was really rich because she's not ashamed of it. She just was like, yeah, like how do I post to like I don't understand, like I can't do what I want, like and
your lifestyle, like your finances is not equaling up to
the lifestyle you want to live.
Yeah, to the exactly. Yup,
and she's never been in that. And then I guess he said like, yeah, that's how I felt the day I was born. Let him know like
I'm poor.
Exactly, like. So even though he's not judging her here,
no,
he just saying it out loud. He's not saying how dare you act that way. Even though somebody could be offended, like, yo, first of all, you lived in this mansion, you didn't realize you had to follow some form of rules. If you wanted to stay here, you felt like you could just do what you want, not pay anything, because she never pay a bill apparently.
Never paid. She living in a pool house.
And a pool house is a house. Let's keep it real. Like that's a house. It has everything you need. Like so. That shit probably bigger than some apartment buildings. So.
It's a house in Bel Air, mind you. It's a house.
Exactly. So she's living rent free. So now she's going through that. For some reason, I guess I get it. She's saying Carlton, tell him why Carlton is being so nice.
Yeah.
And you got to learn how to play the game and basically make deals with our mom and dad. And it's kind of weird because if she knows you got to make deals with these people, it don't make sense how she was acting. Maybe because our emotions got taken over. The little slide she took out her mind, she's like, all right, these people are a little more like, hey, we got a deal, follow the deal. Exactly. So don't try to you can't be smart with them because they're gonna look at you like, oh, you crazy.
Yeah.
So, but she admits, like, yeah, man, you gotta do deals with them. And Will does it right away. And they could have waited for this, but he sees Aunt Vivian come downstairs and he's just like, all right, let's see, let's test it out.
Well, I say he had to. It had to happen at that moment because it just seemed like it was perfect. it was perfectly intertwined with the story.
Yeah, she was coming downstairs because she's still cleaning out. That's at least I like. She was cleaning out her studio, so it makes sense why she was walking downstairs with items or walking upstairs to put them somewhere. And it also makes sense why Jeffrey's not doing it, because you'd be like, well, Jeffrey's it. Well, no, we just found out Jeffrey's not.
Jeffrey,
he's the head of security. He's the head of security. He's
the house manager.
Exactly, but he's not a butler. So you're thinking, well, no, shouldn't be helping. No, he shouldn't be helping. So it lines up with Will to goes up there, grab a box, and basically kind of ask her for the rip. He really didn't wait that long. He just said, look, friend Trey, come out here. She asked, is everything okay in Philly? Even though it's not. But Will like, nah, I just miss him. I haven't seen him in a while. And if I could get these things with Carlton, and this is him trying to like finagle the situation, because Carlton already made a deal. So therefore it makes sense why Carlton already got a deal. So he went, all right, I'm going to piggyback off his deal.
Yeah, like, but she don't know.
She don't know. So that's how I'm like, exactly. So that's how he be like, cool, Carlton about to do it anyway. So let me get this. And that happens. And I think right after that scene, you start seeing them outside trying to get rotors and see how Carlton is being
not
rejected.
yet. Like, remember, they talked to Uncle Phil first. Remember, they talked to Uncle Phil. It's all four. It's the four kids, Vivian, Jeffrey. They all in the room.
That happens after they get the voters to go. Remember, Will kind of overstepped and you're right. They tell them what they want them to do. They tell them what they
exactly.
Will and Carlton is going to the voters. Ashley and Hillary is going to the businesses.
Stores, and then
Vivian.
They talking to They talking to like city council leaders or whatever.
And then all the kids leave. No, she said the joke. She said the
joke. Remember,
right.
Remember what Vivian had said, and then Phil didn't take lightly to that.
Because he's trying to win something. He like, hold on.
He didn't take lightly to that, and everybody left.
Take a walk with me.
Let me talk to you real fast. Let me talk to you. Yeah. And the things that he said, to her was like, you could tell, right? You could tell that Phil has something that he's chasing. Like, he's chasing after something that he just want everybody to be in alignment with. You know, he's trying to reach a goal. He's trying to have everybody in alignment. He can't let nothing mess this up. So, in him and Vivian saying that, it was like, it took him for like, you can't be, especially in front of the kids, you can't be saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like he said, Vivian, you can't say everything you think.
But now we know that's a quality of hers, right? So they said it right there. And then, okay, she has a habit of just saying over. Yeah.
She's, you know how Black women are. Yeah. Like he said, some voters think you're overbearing to this, to that. Just don't say everything you think.
Exactly.
So next thing,
and she has back. She has some pushback on it though.
Of course.
And the issue, and it's kind of interesting because he had to remind her. Remember when I was talking about the football thing, and
you stepped in.
Yeah, exactly. So this is no different. And I like how they like. So she can't even. So even people who watching it can't argue why he got her doing it. No, he did everything he's asking her to do. This is not even. This is apples to apples.
This is a marriage. See,
it's equivalent exchange.
It's a marriage. You got to understand, a marriage is nothing more than a business agreement.
Basically,
please understand that.
And that's why he's looking too. Like, don't act different right now because I done this for you. And then you're right. Then
I got your nephew. I got your nephew out here.
Yeah, well, like, are you serious right now?
Like you shouldn't even be asked. That was a favor of monumental favors.
You definitely now after we know what Jeffrey, then we find out later what happens. But like who Jeffrey is, it's like this is definitely a favor, bro. He put everything on the line for this. Like this is not a simple loyal phone call. This is something totally different.
Yeah.
So after that, that's when you see Carlton and Will talking to the voters.
Yeah.
Carlton getting denied.
Because he's getting denied because he's going in there with that 1965 I'm here, we're here for Philip Banks. Man, get out of here.
Get your goofy
get out of here. Get out of here.
So
and I like that though. I like what Carlton was saying. Like, damn, you think you could just go up there and just Fanango and bullshit your way out of everything.
Yeah,
I can see straight through you.
Yeah, the funny part is, I like when I guess the one guy was like, why would I, even though this is stupid to me, but I kind of get it. He said, why should I vote for him if he's rich or something like that?
Yeah.
He said, bro, shouldn't you like that he's rich? That means he can't be bought out. And that's actually true. And that's when he went, well, how come he's already bought out? Like, come on, you can't win.
Yeah,
so if he was poor, you would say the same thing. He's going to get bought out by the corporations.
Yeah.
Now he got some money. He already been bought out. Like,
that's the whole thing when it comes to conspiracy theorists, though. We always got to answer for everything.
Exactly, but you can't corner the market like that. Like that means it was no way.
Yeah, we always got to answer for everything when you're a conspiracy theorist. It's like, bro, like, what you want me to vote for? Vote for the white man, or you want me to vote for the black white man?
Exactly.
Like, what you want me to do? Like,
Mr. Tom, who happens to be my uncle. You know what I mean?
So that was that situation.
So it was funny though. So I guess Will. I don't know. I don't think Will. I think he will say he's going to do the next one. I don't think he jumps in and do one, but he does one, and he, they don't show what happens, but he gets a couple voters, and that's when Carl said goes off like, all right, man, but you kind of lying, painting everybody as racist, basically like whatever you're accusing the other side of doing, you're just doing it in your version,
right?
But Will, even though he said I can do it, I think Will believes it though. He doesn't think he's lying. To people, he like, no, he probably think everybody who's conservative is this and everybody who's that. After that, I think they go right into Ashley and Hillary walk into Jazz. So
they go into the
Jazz
store.
And Hillary meet.
This is when Jazz and Hillary meet. Yeah.
This confused me a little bit. Not really. It's like, all right.
It didn't, but I mean, I like what makes this meeting different than the original show. She didn't play.
No. And in theory, they had a good lineup to play them, right? Because But all right. So at least, all right. So you said we think Will been there for like a week or so, right?
Yeah, Will been there for like a week.
All right. So we learned some more information here if you want to get all technical. So she says she's seen him around the house with Will.
Yeah,
that means he's been in the house because beforehand they already showed him outside jumping
outside.
So let you know he's been over at least one time, but probably multiple times in that week, to hang out with Will. But then you find out here that he owns the record shop.
He owns the record store.
And the first thing that popped my mind is, well, how old is him? Because he's hanging out with a 16-year-old at this point. Like I'm just that's why I felt like all right, maybe
Jazz probably older, but that's how it was in the show.
We don't know that, right? They never gave you
They never gave you. They
never said anything.
Age.
Yeah, so he could have been a.
Look at the show, right? Look at a few episodes, bro. You knew Jazz was older than Will because some of the stuff Jazz was doing. Jazz was getting married, bro. Like in the show.
But that was years later. He could have been 18 then. That wasn't the first season.
That wasn't the first season.
They could have been 17, 18 when they met. Like
think about the episode. Think about the episode when Carlton joined the gang and all that.
Yeah,
he went to.
Yeah, because he got no family, bro. Frank Hampton was young. Like
they was young. They was
everybody,
young.
Dr. King was young.
I'm saying, I think Jazz, and even in the original, was older, a lot older.
Yeah, but it feels like this.
I'm gonna say not a lot older.
Since it's the drama, it's going to hit different. It's not a
all right. Listen,
right?
So, wait. Listen, since Jazz is a lot older, right? I'm gonna say he's a lot older.
Got it.
Hillary is 2 years removed from college. So let's say Hillary is 20, 21. That makes sense. Jazz is like, let's say Jazz is like 20, 21. Why is he hanging with a 16-year-old though?
Yeah, it's still weird.
Why is he hanging with a 16-year-old?
Because if they I don't know, it felt like if he was like, yeah, my uncle, if his uncle still on. No, look. This channel, we get too deep. That's the idea, right? We look at little details and just jab at them. So it's like the idea is like, all right, if his uncle still owned the shop, he could have been like 18. It makes sense. He's 18, got to doing Uber because she's ended up calling him an Uber driver there.
She called him an Uber driver.
I don't know if it was a joke because we didn't see him as an Uber driver because we were sitting there like, they just make him an Uber driver, it'd be easier. But I guess here they're trying to do that now.
Yeah,
he does Uber on the side and he owns the salon. So now he's a hustler, right?
Multiple hustles.
Exactly. So that happens and everything, and then they just talking. I guess she brings up her situation. And then that's when Ashley was Ashley said she's going to go to the next stores.
She's finessing.
Exactly. Then Hillary like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And then that's when they bring up, I guess, the Instagram, like, well, how many followers. No, she said how many followers she has, and then she asked him, well, how many followers you? Like, I don't have Instagram, and she looked at him like he got 3 heads. Like, what the like, what's going on?
You don't have Instagram?
Yeah,
what?
So she hooked him up with the Instagram. Do a little vid for him, tag everything, and I guess he gets a lot of followers in one day. And that end up later in the show shows how powerful she is, right?
Right.
So that gets her inside the house. So that end up happening. Yeah. Right after that scene, I think this is when Will and Carlton had their breakdown.
No, after that scene, isn't it? G meet with the bull.
Yo, you right, bro. And that's when we find out
the bull
what it really is. So you see him pull up. It's a team. He's the head of the team.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey's the head of an assassin team. This part is really important. Yeah, it changes the show. It changes the show. The whole show changes now. So we end up finding out from this meeting that they paid this man $10,000 to stay away from Will. Yeah, this is why Uncle Phil is saying I'll cross the line. Basically, I bribed drug dealers. Now I'm a part of the crooked cop system, right? I intervened in a way I shouldn't have. I didn't just call him to get out of jail. I paid the guy not to hunt him down, and he still wants to hunt him down. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Because they had to have a phone conversation.
He said
somebody had to go to him like, all right, leave him alone. Here's 10 racks. Yeah, went, I don't care. When I see him, I'm still gonna smoke him, and that's crazy.
And y'all got to give me. And he said we got to give him more. He said, listen, he wants more.
Yeah,
G was like, don't even worry about it. We ain't paying him nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, we're gonna just handle it.
We're gonna handle it. It's handled. Matter of fact, he said it's handled. He didn't even say we're gonna handle it. He told Will. He told Will, don't worry about it. Exactly. He told his man, it's handled.
Exactly.
We ain't paying him nothing.
Yeah, we got
connected. So then it goes into Will and Carlton.
Yeah, Carlton snapping on each other, and we already talked about that. So
because Carlton was jealous that Will had more signatures than him.
True, but I think that's what he ended up saying. He invited everybody to the that was crazy. Like he what do you mean you invited the public to a private event? But I don't think Will knew that. Yeah, he just thought like, hey, that's how we get rolled, And they said, well, you have to convince Uncle Phil. He like, me, like, I don't know, but let's convince Uncle Phil. And then we did skip a scene.
Link, that the scene before that.
No, because Ashley did end up at somebody's house. Yeah. Because the scene after that is when he finds Ashley. So, but Ashley goes to, let's just talk about Ashley's story in general. Ashley goes to somebody's house. Well, a boy she likes, but they play online. They play online game. It's a group of them there.
Link, listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, she get there, and the boys is there, but she's looking for a little girl.
Yeah.
I already know what's gonna happen.
Was it all boys there?
It was all boys there, and she was looking for
the other girl who's supposed to be there too. Oh yeah, she always come late. Sure,
always. I already know how this is about to go.
Exactly. So
I already know.
Yeah. So then eventually, Jeffrey just shows up at the house. And acts like he was there to pick her up, like it was like a schedule. Like, hey, let's go. It was like, now after the scene we know that's why Jeffrey's there. This man different. He the cleaner, bro.
Different. He the cleanup man. He the cleaner.
Exactly.
But she like, and something that was interesting about Jeffrey's, and because back in the day, Jeffrey and Ashley did have a good relationship back on the old show. Yeah. So it was. I like the dynamic, but when she was like, you think my parents will let me come to South LA? Hell no.
Yeah, he did try to clean it up. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, nah, bro.
You don't know. Like,
that's why she snuck out. But it's like, but they wouldn't, because they said there's people, and this is kind of weird to me. Like, I want to talk about it at the end of the episode, but when that happens, like he basically tells her like, he happy she's spreading her wings and she's getting out of her bubble. Yeah, but you got to tell your parents these things. You just can't.
You can't just go off, and especially at 13, you can't just go off, especially as a girl. Like, boys at 13, they ain't really worried about us.
No. But the idea too is saying people, your father's an important name, and people will take you and search you. Like they will kidnap you for money.
Right.
And then we go into Will's meeting up with Jazz. He walks inside the shop and everything while he's doing the campaigning. Yep. And because he had a fallout with Carlton. So he's only telling him about the fall, like, Carlton, this, and this. And then I forgot who walks in. Who's
Buddy. Buddy.
So
Buddy. He
looking for a certain sound.
Buddy Buddy was on Nipsey Hussle's Victory
Exactly.
Lap, if you don't know.
Oh, cool. Then I know then. That's my work. So like he's looking for a certain sound, and the way he said it was hilarious. I forgot how he said it.
He says freaky boat. I don't know what it sounded so crazy that I'm like, I'm interested to hear this now.
Exactly. Well, how Pharrell's gonna chop this up? Like I want to.
Oh no, this is crazy. And Will like, yo, you know that? Yo, like,
yeah, and he come here all the time.
Like,
so therefore, he's a Jazz, not a made man, but Jazz is known. You know, he's known.
Right.
Like, let you know, like, yeah, man, I do connections with all the time. So Buddy gets his record. He's talking to Will and gets him some wisdom, like because he's older. Like, hey, so you saying you did this to help your friend, but yet you just got to fight with the guy and left. So how are you helping your friend then? Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, that's let you know Will's still young, still immature, because it didn't make sense. You're like, well, y'all both have to work together. Y'all both have agreements to work together. Mm-hmm. This shouldn't be a problem. Because if one of y'all don't have that agreement, I get it. But both of y'all trying to do it for something. So why that don't make no sense? So he after that he meets back up with Carlton. I guess just to re-talk about what they first had the agreement for, and he just want his friend to come out here. And that's what I gotta convince Uncle Phil, I think. Yeah,
they was like, yeah, you convincing me, yeah, but I ain't the one you gotta convince.
Yeah, you gotta convince Uncle Phil, and
you gotta convince my dad.
How did you feel about when after like Will got the signatures and now they all sitting there trying to convince Uncle Phil that it's smart to have the public come? How did you feel?
Well, I felt like I mean it goes with the story. It goes with the story. It's a good segue into, you know.
I felt like he shouldn't agree to it for some reason. It, like he said, because it messed up a lot. He has to give back money from the donors because
give back money. But again,
event.
Like Vivian said, this could be that thing.
Oh, we missed that. Did that happen after that? Or he was talking?
No, that was before.
Vivian, Vivian was talking to somebody and he called her
oh my goodness, an ex-painter?
No, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, ex-artist.
Yeah.
Called an ex-artist.
No, I ain't gonna lie. He was wrong for that because normally he hasn't been wrong yet. He's just like, all right, she's over it. She's getting emotional about it.
Yeah.
But when he blatantly called her an ex-artist, because he said she looks familiar. Oh yeah, she's an artist. That's all. She hasn't done the work in a while. Like Jay-Z is still a rapper.
He just ain't rapped in a while.
Exactly. Like he don't rap no more. Like, oh, he's a former rapper. No, you can't be a former artist. And she said
be a former artist.
And we already feel that. You can't be a former writer.
You can't turn it off. You can't turn it off.
You're a writer who hasn't wrote in a long time, but like
you still got it though.
Yeah, any poet who wrote poetry and who's known for poetry don't write poetry in 10 years. They're still a poet. You don't say, oh, former poet.
Former poet.
Yeah, exactly. So he was that when he said it too, I felt it like, oh no.
No, when he said it, I said, damn, like, oh no, you about to get it down. Like,
yeah, I can't even stop you, bro. Like, you deserve this clip, Phil.
Yeah, and she went off on him. Like, she went off. Rightfully so.
Yeah, because you can't.
Rightfully so.
It just didn't make sense. It makes sense. So, like, but she breaks it down to him, and then I think she's saying that's what she's telling you, saying the same old things. And I'm iffy about this part, H, because it's a TV show, but it felt like a TV show because, like, it makes sense why he said, "Well, I can't piss off the police." He's not captain, but I can't say things that go against the, that sounds
but
crazy.
Like,
I can't do that. And she's like, nah, forget that. And it's like, well, what do you mean? Like, he can't, like, he could change things, but he can't blatantly go out there and say, I'm going to defund the police. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's why it was important. Again, like I said, like bridging the gap, bringing regular.
But he do feel like, and that's what it say. I think that's what he came to the point. Like maybe it's a good idea for at least to bring the real people in, be a little more truthful about his ideals and not try to politician them up. Because she said people know when you talk to a politician. Right?
Yeah.
So that is true. Here's the worst part of the this is the worst part of the show for me.
Okay.
We're going to the skating ring now. Now
we at this.
The main event is here. The main event is here.
All right, the skating ring. I got a little quirks. I got a little quirks that I wasn't feeling at the skating ring.
This is my worst part of the show. All right, so I wonder if you talk about the skating ring itself or the things that happen in. All right, so the skating ring happens. We have the main event. All right, everybody is skating. You see Lisa. You see even Ashley, and G brings her friends there. That's kind of scary. That he just show up to the crib. Like he showed up to their crib and went, hey, like, yo, y'all all get in this car. Like, but And he brought the little girl who was we didn't see before. So that was cool. Ashley got her friends there. She feeling cool. You got,
but see, listen, Link. That's why I said you got to watch the episode again. Watch how Ashley looking at this little girl. Like you got to see it, bro. Like it's like.
Oh, you think it's hints? Oh no! You're right, because she said she has a crush on somebody, but she didn't blatantly say who it was. But she did. With the boy put her arms around her, though. She didn't push up, though. She didn't. Hold on.
I don't know if they listen. I don't know.
She can't be both ways at that age. They better not.
I don't want them to, but
that's crazy.
You never know. You never know.
No, that's true.
She had a look in her. She had a look in her. A little twinkle in her eye. Yeah, I saw it. I know what I saw.
You know what? All right, so that's probably true. And if that's true, that's still the second thing I don't like in this episode. Then.
All right, now go now.
Here's what I hate the most. The next scene right after that. Will's in the bathroom. Oh my God, I hated this scene, bro. Oh, this was bad. This was like this
scene. I hated this scene and the scene that followed right behind it.
Yeah, so this is the worst part of the episode for me. So
don't forget that Aunt Viv seen Lisa and was schmoozing with her.
She was happy with her.
Oh my God, I know things ain't been the same since.
Right, I ain't gonna lie. That part was cool because I like to add on to the backstory. Okay. So now we find out Lisa's mom was part of the sorority, right? Yeah. So that makes sense how she knows Carlton.
Right.
Because she probably came to the events. Because at first we're thinking like, how's she poor? You know, because she's not poor. She's probably middle class and they rich.
Yeah.
But like she's poor, but she
you
goes
go
to
Bel Air Academy.
Yeah, because your mom got mad connections.
Yeah, your mom got connections.
So that makes sense now. Your mom's connected to the sisters who their kids go there, so her kid go there. So I did like that part, even though she was a little like, I miss you too much. I come over anyway. Like,
hugging.
You can't do that because your son.
And then I'm like, and then Lisa was like, I miss you too, Aunt Viv. I'm like,
yeah, it's like, okay, so they have a whole rapport. That means they see each other grow up. Yeah, they see each other grow up.
Basically.
And it's like, okay, I kind of get that. And I do set up that Lisa's going to be at the house and Carlton and Will going to be really like killing each other because she's going to be downstairs with Hillary and them. Yeah. Right, so I wasn't too mad about that, but I was like, all right, whatever. So the cop scene happened when he found out Lisa's dad is the head of the police or something, whatever he is.
Well,
right?
Not yet.
No, that was in the bathroom because he sees the cop in the bathroom.
He sees the cop. Oh, and he sees the cop. He said,
hey, you're Phil's nephew. And he like, you're Lisa's dad. But he's really like disgusted. He's like,
you know what?
I hate this scene.
You know what really made me cringe at this scene though?
Yeah.
Because Will, I mean, of course, it's only right because when your only contact with police was a bad situation. Anytime you see police is going to make you
I get the flashback.
It's going to make you tense up. Now I get the tensing up. I get the, you're not feeling it or whatever. But the scene that follows,
that's what got me mad. That's why I hate that scene too, because because he realized he's his father and he's actually telling him he's taken back by it. That's weird too. Like, bro,
why you ain't tell me? Listen, like it's like this, right? It's like, why you ain't tell me your dad was a cop?
Yeah, why would I tell you?
Why would that matter?
She says that. Why would that matter? And he gets weird.
He gets super weird.
Yeah, and then she like, well, what? I'll ask you what your father do. My father wasn't around.
Yeah, like we talk about your dad, and it got super awkward and super weird.
Like, shut up, bro.
Will on some shit like fuck that nigga. Like, whoa, bro. Like,
relax. Chill, bro. You bugging right now, bro. She told you her mom died later that day. I hated that part.
For him to
put this episode down.
For him to go that far,
nutty.
That small of a moment. Yeah. Maybe it was small to us, big to him. I don't know.
I know, but it's small though. We keep it real.
It was something that was minute, and then it created a tension that didn't need to be there.
Yeah, we didn't need that. We
didn't need it. So
yeah, and they built in other like. And then it was just so bad, bro.
Yeah,
it was so bad. And then of course, then we get into Uncle Phil. I guess have to answer questions. And he's a little more raw with these questions, right? Because some of these questions are blatantly forced on him to be raw. He can't.
Like defund, that was the one about defunding the police.
He should have just stayed away from that. This one,
I was like, he not listen. In my head, I'm like, oh, he ain't going to answer that one.
Yeah, you can't defund the police. He got to say because that's not the answer.
Because he looked at Lisa's dad, the chief of the Los Angeles Police Department, and said, but he looked at Vivian. I'm like, he about to really go there.
Yeah, he about to draw.
I'm like, we about to go there. And he went there. Like, we got to defund the police because they tactics, etc., etc. And
horrible. I didn't like that scene.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, you know what? As a going in district attorney, right? As a going in district attorney, you do want to create that all for one for all with the police, right?
Yeah, everybody's together. We all connect.
In 2020, where cops are doing more crimes than civilians, especially in a place. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna Google it, right? I'm gonna Google it after this episode.
Yeah,
I'm gonna Google the crime. I'm gonna Google the crime rate in Bel Air. I'm gonna see how much shit be going on up there because it can't be that much.
I don't think so.
I don't think. You think how many murders you think they average in Bel Air a year?
Depends on if OJ's still there, but I don't know. Let me stop playing.
Like, we're talking about one of the richest, most wealthiest places in California.
I understand that. It just, I felt like it wouldn't make sense for somebody to do that because the answer is not to defund the police. Like, it's like, I can't not give them money.
You have to.
Police.
It's the training. Something is being.
Yeah, but he has to find out a way how to be like, all right, look, I understand how y'all feel. In the law thing, that's right. We're going to fix that. But the answer is not that. It's actually this. But he just went, no. And then who smiled? Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't want to curse. Will like, yeah.
Will was like, Will didn't do the fist, but he was like, yeah.
I like you now, Uncle Phil. You know, you were shaky before, but you know, like
a little shaky.
Yeah, and then of course the father's confused by this because he didn't hear none of this before.
Lisa, they all everybody has that face.
Yeah, like, what is he exactly? Like,
in the crowd, of course, and even Phil was like a little, but he
because he kind of went too far. And then of course they go home. They go home, and this does happen in real life. You know, you do something's a little courageous, something that your woman start to look at you a little different. She's like, oh, you look a little good up there, telling people you're gonna defund the police, baby. It's time to, he like, oh.
They're like, we felt good. I could have been there all night.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, you're gonna be here all night. Like, oh.
Said you're gonna be doing something all night. Right?
Exactly. Kid's like, oh, come on. Like, we right here, bro. And of course, Jeffrey like, man, that's how y'all got here. Like,
how you think y'all got here?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta let the big boss do what he do.
Yeah.
Then he tells Phil, before you do that, we gotta talk. Like Jeffrey does, pull him to the side. And Carlton and Will seem like they have a new agreement.
Yeah,
let's not say too much to each other. Like, right, let's stop trying to convince each other. Yeah, this is what I did want to say. My bad about the Carlton thing, earlier scenes. He how to say this? He basically keep going to the fact, I know you're not here for the reason why you say you're here. Should Carlton know? Because the idea is it is.
I want the dynamic.
Telling the truth. He said he feels like this is not right. Y'all not telling me something, and it's true. Why don't you just tell him? You think Carlton's gonna?
I want the dynamic of Will. I want the dynamic of Will and Carlton to work.
I feel like you have to tell him for it to work
because it makes it would make it better for their relationship and the show. But Carlton again, like, it's going to be always some friction because no matter what, it's going to be Will doesn't have all the opportunities that you had. It's always going to be.
Well, I get that. It's just like, but they're not telling him why he's there. Like, his life is in danger. And I was like, why would that hurt their relationship? Wouldn't that help their relationship? Like, he thinks he's just here he don't know why.
Because it will feel like my parents are trying to save you. Like, why are they trying to save you and not save me? I've been through anxiety. I've been through this. I've been through that.
Some man trying to kill me.
Like
legit,
why are they trying to save you and not save me? Like, that's how it's going to come across.
It's probably so.
We're talking about a spoiled black rich kid in Beverly Hills. Like, he's gonna feel like, why do you have that and not me? Like, that's basically what's gonna happen.
I feel you.
That's what's gonna happen. But let's get to
let's get to the main.
Vivian and Hillary on the couch.
Yeah, so this was insurance because I actually feel what Hillary, what Aunt Viv was saying, but she gonna say the punchline that makes sense. She's gonna do so Hillary, she did find a place.
She found that she was in she got the influencer house.
Now, to be fair, Will earlier said, they're bluffing about you moving out. So she probably didn't think she would find a place in that fast. So when she ended up telling her what type of place it is, it's an influencer house. She's like, what did that mean? First of all, what did that mean, right?
Yeah.
Where are you going? You living with strangers? Like, what are you doing? And she's like,
It's free.
Yeah, it's free. And I mean, in reality, she's right what she said after this, but it's how she said it.
Nothing
is free. And she said it with anger. And she, how come you just can't say congratulations? To be fair, no, you shouldn't go there. It don't sound real. To be fair, before we get into her saying what she's saying, hey, that don't sound real. You go into this beautiful house with other influencers and you don't have to pay anything to be there. Let's keep it real, man. Let's keep it real. You owe something. Like, that doesn't make sense. But the mom said it a little too angrily. And in the show, like, I can't just say what I'm thinking.
I can't just say what I'm thinking.
So I'll let you know that there's a problem with her in general. So that's good. That's good. At least like they could try to work on that in the future and see how her and Hillary, how the relationship build from here. I feel like it's keep going down.
They dynamic is. I keep telling you, that daughter and that mom is always gonna, that older daughter and that mom, that always gonna be a friction. It's always gonna be like that.
Exactly. So Aunt Vivian, I guess she's feeling down, but she want to feel up again. So she tells Will, congratulations. We're bringing Trey out here for the weekend and we're going to make sure you have a good time.
Yeah.
So Will like, man, let me call my boy. You know what I mean? Trey, and Trey's like, bro, I got some good news too. And this is weird. I
didn't find it weird. Did you felt it weird? How this happened?
Only because it's like, yo, he gone, he dead. And I'm like,
no, it was like, no, he was like, bro, I got something to tell you.
Yeah.
It's like Rashad dead.
Yeah.
He in the ground. He just kept saying it though. He in the ground.
He's ground. He's gone. He's in the heavens. He's gone.
We gonna celebrate, right? He like, but you can tell.
Well, here's the problem too. So there's two problems I have. It's just more the writing. You killed them off. Well, I guess it's a good surprise, right? I'm assuming that's your big bad for the season. So that means he's not.
No.
Because I think, of course, eventually, it's a Carlton. Yeah, eventually, like, he's going to come down there, and then maybe they should kill him that way. But no, they take care of him now. Unless it was false information.
He got killed in a strip club.
Exactly. So it was like, damn.
Who shot him? I don't know.
Exactly.
Who cares?
Here's the other problem. You seen All American, right?
Nah.
Okay, cool. I don't want to say too much. I hate when the main character cares about something he shouldn't care about.
Okay,
he's going.
But this is a part of the story.
I know. No, he's going. He should be. I don't have to worry about him no more. But he wants to know who. Now he think, oh, geez, a murderer. That's going to be a thing. Oh, geez, a murderer, bro. Shut up, like you.
Yep. That's going to be a whole. That's why I like it, because it creates another dynamic that wasn't there.
But no, it's a dynamic that Will should be grateful, not.
Of course.
Well, we want to find out. Maybe he just might be shocked now and happy later,
bro. Because you got to think, like, in the matter of.
But they killed the wrong gangster. I'm telling you now, bro.
Let's say 2 weeks, right? Let's say in a matter of 2 weeks, his life went from this to this to that. Well, look, it's just a constant
if he's actually
roller coaster.
Dead, you hear me? Making sure.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, if he hold on. All right, if he's actually dead, then Will has a clean slate.
He has a clean slate.
Will just upgraded his life, so he should. Of course, we better find out next episode if he should be happy about this. I don't want to see him being sad about this. That's all.
He has a clean slate in the realm of with that situation. Well, but his conscience not clear.
And he didn't do enough for his conscience to be like, come on.
But he still has a guilty conscience, because if Will never grabs the gun, if he never shoots the gun, if he never gets locked up in the first place, nobody has to die.
Well, if you're looking at it like
it's
that,
a 16-year-old kid, bro.
Yeah, no. If he's thinking that deeply about it, then I agree. If he's going back to the beginning, but if he's more upset more of the now than not the beginning, like that, this is a chain of events. But but if he's more upset that the person who tried to kill me is dead, I don't want to hear that.
He was super
he was upset.
Super upset.
Give me Spencer vibes. I just felt like, all right, man, like it was,
he was upset.
I'm sorry. So, but that ends the show, right? Because we're setting up for the next episode. Now the end of the episode, we know now that Uncle Phil is going to a new angle of getting voters. He's kind of, I guess they're going to say he's for the people and against the system, right? That's going to be,
of course, because when he did the radio interview, that's what Big Boy was trying to pull out of him. Like,
he was saying dumb. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like that interview either. Like, to me, it's like, this don't feel real. I get it, it's a TV show. The idea of like keep bringing up his money. Yo, man, you do got a big house. Why is he bringing it up? You don't do that. You know, you got a big house too. I'm not running for. Oh, so if you can't run for nothing to change things because you got a big house, it's just bad. It's just bad logic, bro. But it's a show, and I get it. They got to make these dynamics, so they had to figure out. So I'm not super mad. I'm just being deep for no reason. But we know like Phil's going to a new angle. I guess they're trying to say Carlton and Will relationship is okay for now. Ashley and her mom is still going through. They can't. I don't know.
Who, Hillary?
Hillary? Yeah, Hillary. Yeah, Hillary and her mom and Aunt Vivian can't, I guess, be happy for each other. I don't know. They're still like, but they didn't get better. They still at the same level they was at. Ashley, we learn more about her.
Yeah.
I feel like
Jazz and Hillary's relationship is gonna take off.
Yeah, they're gonna make that a thing.
This only episode 4.
Oh, you know, it's funny too. I didn't notice the show had 2 seasons already locked in.
Oh, they good.
Yeah, because I was watching like a interview and they were saying like, yeah, Will, he's like, yeah, when we showed them the pod what we want to do, they give us automatically 2 season lock, and they never do that over a pitch. I'm like, well, yeah. So they don't gotta. So that means they don't have to, you know, they don't have to bust their load in the first season. They could set it up for a season 2, except for like we got to give them everything in season 1 and hope we get a season 2. That means they could plan out.
No, they
better.
Good, and they locked in. Yeah, I think this first season got like 12 episodes.
Exactly. So they're already locked in for like 2 seasons.
That's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, it is. Because they're an hour a piece, so it's 24 episodes, like half an hour shows. So
yeah, like it's a lot of episodes.
So yeah, we learned Ashley. We're assuming we're gonna have a love interest, so that's a new.
I learned. Yeah, we learned.
We learned a lot in this episode.
The dynamics.
We found out who G is. Yeah, we found out who G is. We learned more about what he's really there for. He's a problem solver. When anything happens to any of the kids, make sure they're safe. Make sure nobody's trying to do anything to them. So that's cool. And did we learn who else? I think that's everybody. Lisa, we learned about Lisa. We learned that her mom is connected to Aunt Vivian.
Yeah, learned that she died from lupus. Learned that her dad was a cop.
Exactly. So we learned. So this was a lot of information episode, right? So it pushed the story forward, but it's more giving you more backstory on everybody, so you can understand what their mindset's going to be. And of course, the biggest thing that the big bad we thought died, right? He got killed.
Yeah, he's gone.
So now we can focus on something else. So with Trey come down there, I'm guessing that's the next episode. Something has to, because it's a drama, right? So
of course
it can't just be all happy or fun. It has to be like something else I got to tell you, or maybe he had a boss, like he had a boss, and now he.
Like, who knows?
Because it's like the whole dynamic is it's only 4 episodes in a weekend, and if his reason why he's in Philly, no one will. He should want to go back to Philly. I'm trying to think. He should be that conflicted part of if he's going.
Because you got to remember in the original TV show, Will wants to leave Bel Air.
Exactly. So in my mind, I'm guessing,
and he comes back to Philly. Remember, he comes back to Philly. Remember, he's known as the Philly Chicken.
Yeah.
And he go and be like, yo, let me get a Will Smith. Oh, you want the Philly Chicken?
Yeah, that was a part.
Because remember he ran. Yeah, remember he ran. So that's gonna be.
So that has to happen. Now I don't.
That's gonna happen.
So I'm guessing the next episode is building to that storyline.
That's gonna happen.
Because Trey should say, "Hey, since he's gone, you should come back to the city.
You should come back to
and
the
maybe
city.
He just visit for a weekend sometime, and that's cool because we get more Philly inside the show. So that should be interesting.
That's gonna happen. It has to. You want to know why it has to happen? Because because Will Smith, no matter what, is Philadelphia. He's Philadelphia ingrained. Like he said, I've been here 16 years of my life. This is all I know. He's not going to want to leave. Something is going to happen while he's in LA to make him say, you know what? He's Rashid not there no more. It's cool for me to go back. His mom will probably tell him no.
Yeah, so he might just go to the visit.
His uncle and his aunt gonna be like, no, you shouldn't go. But of course, you're gonna be like, you're not my mom, you're not my dad. Like,
yeah, we get into that. Yeah.
So it's gonna be a situation like that. I feel like it is. That's just me. I don't know if it's gonna happen, y'all. No spoiler alert.
No, yeah, we don't know. But we gotta speculate, right? We gotta try to see what the story might go and see if we get some ideas speculate. Right. So how did you like this episode?
I think this episode was really good. Except for a few quirks I would have took out. Except for a few quirks. I think this episode for me, like if I was to rate it, like one to 5.
Oh, you
want 1 to 10?
1 to 10.
1 to 10 is This episode was like an 8.
Mm.
This episode was an 8. This
So
episode
to
was
me,
good.
I really didn't like this episode.
Okay,
but
this is the first episode you don't like.
But I didn't hate. But I think it's based off like the last episodes. I think the last episodes was better. Now, unless you're saying the last episodes was 9s and 10s in your argument.
Yeah,
but I think this is the weakest one.
I think
so. That doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just like, but it did give me a lot of information. It was there to give me a lot of information to build up to the rest of the story. It's hard for me to see if it's a win or I don't think it's a loss, but it's hard for me to say it's a win.
I feel like
it's a tie. I think it's a tie.
Okay.
So I don't like. I want to give them a 3 and a tie. You know, like I don't think
a 3-0-1. A 3-0-1.
Yeah. I think this is a 3-0-1 for me right now. But do you put this in a win column?
Yeah, I think this is a great. I think this is 4 up, 4 up, 4 down, 4 up. No,
something about it. I don't know. It could have been like I thought the story wasn't pushing, and then I didn't like when they gave me all the cop stuff from Will.
This is one of those episodes where I'm not gonna say it's a filler, but they gave you 3 episodes at one time, so it's like it's a lot of information.
It was a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure
to dive into in a matter of 2 weeks, bro. Like 2 weeks, you got 4 episodes. Yeah, that's a lot.
I know, and it's not fair. It's not fair to them because I've been watching. You know, it depends on what you're watching at the time, right? So I've been watching a lot of new shows that's coming out, and like this is the second best show I have seen out of the group of shows I've been seeing. Peacemaker is still number 1, and then this is right after it, and I'm like, "Oh, this is really good writing." So the second, I'm conflicted. Like, it's not a loss though. I know it's not a loss. It's just the other ones was really, really good
because again, when you got the pilot, when the pilot has something to catapult it, like the pilot was really good.
It was.
First episode was really good. It gave you something, right? That second episode was like, damn, it's getting better.
Juicy, yeah.
The only show, in my opinion, the only show that gets better and that continued to get better through the whole series was Breaking Bad. It's like that show never let up through 5 seasons. Like how every episode gets better than the last. It's like, so when you got pressure, the only pressure from it for Bel Air is to make sure that it's different than the original show. Like make it as different as possible without making it the same show.
Well, I would say like, I like when people do write different, right? You don't want everybody to write the same.
Yeah.
But some of the structures is easy for you to follow. So
that's it.
So you said earlier you feel like Carlton is the villain of the season.
Carlton is the villain. I felt
like he was just a person to cause drama till the actual villain comes, but you probably more accurate there because they killed him off, and Will needs to have conflict because it's a drama show. Somebody has to have conflict with somebody, and I guess Carlton's gonna go too far because Carlton I guess is going to find out. I'm assuming Carlton's going to find out, but he's going to try to use it for something bad.
Of course,
he's not going to be like, I understand, that's my cousin.
Even when you seen them put the drugs in Will bag, it was like, yo, I wanted you to do something. I didn't know it was going to be that.
Exactly, like,
bro, that's the villain, bro.
Exactly, yeah, that's true.
That's the villain. Like, that's true. You always want some bad shit to happen. Like, that's a villain.
I just took like everybody know I'm an anime fan, so I took like the Dragon Ball Z approach that they give you 2 small villains, then at the end it's the big villain. So you get the Vegeta, and then Ginyu first, and it's Frieza. So I felt like, okay, they're gonna give me Carlton, some other stuff in the city, and then it's Rashid. Like he's gonna be like the end. Like, oh no, he's life threatening. These guys are messing up my life, but these guys, he might take my life. But they took him out of here. Unless they lied, and that'd be weird. Unless Rashid wasn't the real person that they didn't.
Because word of mouth spread, rumors, and somebody probably was like,
Will got him killed. Yeah,
you know, Rashid got killed. Be like, and then it's a rumor. He ain't really dead though.
Oh, like, maybe got shot up. He got shot up or shot it. Yeah, they got the wrong person, and they thought it was him.
And they thought it was him. Yep.
Because it clearly has to be a hitman who took care of him, right? It wasn't. It wasn't nobody from the neighborhood. It was somebody who went in to look for him because he was told to look for him. He could have spiced up the wrong person. Yep. And I guess that would be a good twist, right? It would come out of nowhere. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. If Will go down there and he ain't dead,
great writing. That will make for great writing.
Yo, if you go down there and you're like, yo, what's up? Like, oh no, like,
bruh, if he ain't,
and Will shoots him.
If Will go to Philly and Rashid is alive, right, and he see Will, he's going to try to kill him.
Exactly. and that would change. That would be dramatic.
And that's going to change everything.
So I feel like we don't really know where they're going to go, and that's what's good about the show.
Nah, that's what's good about the show.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy what's happening, man.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I can't wait for next
season
Thursday.
is because the show I really like is ending tomorrow, so it's like this is gonna be my number one priority, right? This is
okay.
I think this is the best show I've seen in a while, just like drama based. I've seen a lot of good dramas, but it's like we like it because it's really familiar, and at the same time, it's a new thing that I don't think you had this before. I haven't. That all right, this is a remake, but it's not.
No,
and it's like it's weird, and it's like you can respect this and respect that. They don't hurt each other.
Nah, because I don't. Because
I never really felt that feeling for something else before. That was a retelling, but totally different, and not trying to hurt that, but still trying to build. I never felt that before with no other show.
Yeah, what it is, I ain't gonna say what it was. What it is that, you know, like I said, I wasn't even gonna give this show a shot, like, because I'm like,
you wasn't feeling
it. Don't need it. Y'all shouldn't do it. I'm like against
you was spicy. You was like, nah, bro.
So
we watching that.
For them to do it and have it at this level of
high level.
like I said, writing, character progression, it makes it all worthwhile to even give it, you know, to watch it. Like, we ain't talking about the original Fresh Prince was 30 minutes, well, minus commercials.
Yeah.
27 minutes, right? So this is 45 minutes, no commercials.
Yeah, straight through.
So it has to be good writing through the whole episode.
Facts.
Like, you have to bring something different. Being a drama, it has a lot of range. Like, being a drama has a lot of range. So
you still could do comedy when you need to.
Listen, Will Smith is still going to be Will Smith at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's still going to make jokes and stuff like that. It still works.
He's still going to be Will Smith. Like, that's just what it is.
I ain't gonna lie. The show surprised me, and I was hyped for the show. Like, I personally was like, you know what? It's true. The story is deep enough that you don't have to. You could retell it in a whole different medium. I think it's the only show from our era that you even could attempt to do that with, right? No other show has a deep underlying story plot with mixed a comedy, right?
Yeah, like, you
everything
can't...
else was just funny. Martin was just funny, right? It was, you know.
Yeah,
I guess. In theory, though, I guess Family Matters could be it has a. I think it does have a deep story, right? You could make it, but I don't think people will. Nobody wants to see a serious Urkel, right? But I guess if it's about Urkel and his life growing up, maybe. But nobody would think about that. So this show came up. This show, I think, changed how a lot of people are going to think about the idea of a remake. Yeah. If you want to do a remake, how do you do it without tainting that remake and somehow being your own, and nobody even compares it, but they compare it and it's good? Like,
it has to.
They've reached a level that it shouldn't work. Yeah, because like you said, you didn't think this would make sense when you first heard it. It didn't, and they showed you something to make you go like, "How did they do that?"
Yeah, no, it's just like even when they did the video for YouTube, like, that sparked this.
Yeah,
it was like Will Smith seeing that was like, hold on, they got something there.
Yeah, he said he should have thought about that. He like, that makes sense. It could be a drama.
Yep, they got something.
And I thought it was going to just make a movie, because that would have worked too, right?
That could have worked.
But they were like, no, we can make this a series. And
we can make this a series and draw. See, when you make things a series, it's really no pressure. It's really no pressure.
You could draw a lot. You don't got to speed nothing.
You could draw. Yep. If you make it a movie, it got to be a 2 hour.
What scenes do you have? What do you?
Yep.
What do you not add in?
Yep. If it's a series, you could just You could just spoon feed somebody. Like,
you got to give a little bit of drama. Yeah.
Yep.
A lot
this
of
episode
happiness.
We're gonna talk about that. Oh shit.
And at the end, we're gonna show he's still alive.
Yep, damn. Oh, remember that? Remember that happened in the original show? All right, we're gonna take that and spin it like this. Oh, damn, that's like they took that one episode where Will had the pills.
Yeah, and Carl took him by mistake.
And Carlton took him by mistake and turned that into Carlton's actual character. Like,
yep.
Like, what? Like, that's crazy. And then I'm reading reviews online, like, people talk about Carlton's a cokehead. I'm like, y'all remember that episode?
Yeah, exactly. Like, come
y'all
on.
remember what happened?
Come on, like, Carl's strapped too. Carl gonna be having guns and everything in his joint. He was strapped in the last one. He gonna be strapped in this.
He gonna be strapped. He gonna be stressing in this joint. You know, I had to buy the. Yeah, you know, I had to buy the. Will had one. Exactly. Will had one. I can't have one now. Like, you know. Like, it's going to be some situations that's going to be so crazy.
Yeah, you know what? You funny because after he finds out, he go, "Oh, Will had a gun.
Will had a gun.
And he goes to Bel Air.
Will had a gun, and he goes to Bel Air. Like, I get a gun, and y'all send me to Philly. Like, it'd be crazy, right? That'd be crazy. Talking about, no, you gotta go live with your aunt. Like
what? That don't make no sense. Like, no, you want to be
wild.
gangster, right? Go out
you
there.
A gangster.
Like, what?
You a gangster, right? Go be where the gangsters at. Like,
yeah. Move to 52nd market, man. Move out the deuce, bro. Like, what? Why am I going out there?
Savagery.
Oh, like, who you? You Will cousin? Oh, we been.
Oh, you Will cousin? Oh, you know what time it is.
Oh, chicken Will. Okay, all right.
Chicken with you. Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, a series is just, you could draw it out and make it more than you can make it a pop culture thing all over again. The theme song to Fresh Prince of Bel Air is a pop cultural icon.
It is iconic.
He performs this song at his shows.
Yeah.
It's a TV show theme song,
right,
bro.
Question: would you be upset if he writes the rap in the show? Like, somebody say, "Can you rap?" And he writes, like, you know.
Like, Will writes a rap for somebody to spit?
No, like in the show. No, not like the real Will. I'm talking about the character Will.
Okay.
Like, he's in the show for some reason. Maybe, you know, people rap. You talk about rapping. Yeah. He writes a rap, but the rap he writes is the Fresh Prince intro.
I'm be mad.
Would you be mad? Would you be like,
I'm be hot, bro.
Born and raised in the playground, but I expect, would you be like, yo, what did they do it? You be mad?
I'm be mad at that. That episode is going in the toilet. They do that. They better not try that. Like, because that's now.
Because it is still Will. They can't have the song play.
I get it, but
what if it's a poem? Like, he go poetry class, he has to write a poem, and that's the poem.
All right, maybe we he
reads like West Philadelphia, and we'd be like, all right, that's funny. You know how he put the jacket on Inside Out? It was only for one episode. He don't do that all the time, right? He just did it. Well,
he had regular clothes. Yeah, he had regular clothes on his last episode.
So we gotta find it. Yeah, okay. So we went to you back in school, and we could see, because if it was only for one scene, it's like, all right, we just try and pay homage and keep it moving.
Yeah,
but I think that would be funny. But I think people would be upset too, though. Like, if we like write a poem and the poem was the intro.
I'm be upset.
Be like, bro, well, why you do that? I mean, it is still Will, I guess. Like,
I'm be hot. Be hot.
You go be like, nah. What if the show was this in their reality? Wouldn't that be weird?
Like, what's this? Like it's
an old show. He'd be like, what is this? And he's watching the Fresh Prince. I'm like, wait, that's kind of weird.
That'd be too that'd be a parallel universe. Yeah, parallel universe, because
like, wait a minute,
the characters are all named the same.
Exactly. He'd be like, wait,
Will, Hillary, Jazz.
He's like, yo, what?
Like, that's a parallel unit. No, I don't want them to do that. I just want to see, honestly, with this, you know what show that I would like them to see do a drama, turn into a drama? It's Friends.
Well, look, you're talking to the right person, because Friends is my favorite sitcom.
Friends as a drama.
I know a lot of Afro Americans. That's not the best thing to say if you ain't saying Martin, but Friends is my work. I mean, if you go. All right, so the video is over. We like this episode. I'm still iffy on it. I think I'm leading more towards the win. No winner lost. So I'm going to say 4-0 as well. I think you're saying 4-0.
Yeah, I said 4-0.
Yeah, 4-0. So they undefeated this season. It's good. We can't wait for the next episode. We're gonna catch you on the next video. Now, you don't gotta leave now. We about to talk about this Friends thing. All right, I don't want to like sidetrack. So this is the end of the Fresh Prince. Thank y'all. Catch y'all next week. Now, H, if they do a drama of Friends, my boy.
Yeah. Crazy.
Who's the main character they look through the eyes through?
Ross? Friends was never.
I know, but you need the drama to go through one person to everybody else. Is it Ross' relationship with his wife? Is the first drama thing, and then or do we go with Rachel leaving her, like actually showing her leaving the wedding? Like, how do we?
It's a lot of different dynamics. I would definitely you could do a lot, because you got to remember Monica was fat.
Oh, you think they're gonna start young Friends? No,
they could start they could do young
flashbacks.
Because
Ross, Monica, and Rachel all know each other, so they could show.
Right.
And Chandler
is Ross's friend
in college, so they could start from the college scene of showing them all together, and then flash forward to them seeing each other in New York. Yeah, I'm a Friends fan, so
a Friends drama where you know how much stuff happened in that
Ross
show?
And Rachel alone,
bro.
Even with Chandler start messing with Monica, bro. How write that in drama format? Your best friend getting with your sister.
Listen, bro, you saying your ex name at your wedding? Ooh. We talking about like it was a comedy, but imagine a drama, bro.
Yeah, that could easily make that.
Like, and we're talking about Friends was 30-minute episodes. Imagine that drawn out for 45 minutes.
Yeah, and you have 10 seasons, so you could definitely do 3 seasons of drama. You could take good storyline plots, and you could make 3 seasons of drama. I will watch that.
Like you could really deep dive into all these stories. And get like
right. So for the people who might be watching this, who might be Afro-American, who don't like Friends like that, would you like to see Living Single with the drama?
Living Single could work. Now, see, I would rather a Living Single come back as a drama, than Living Single be rebooted with the original cast. Like, I don't want to see 40 and 50-year-old women single.
Yeah, like you single, even though that's the angle today. A lot of them,
but I don't want to. The reason I don't want to see that is because it's like y'all still on that shit.
Yeah, like y'all didn't grow up yet. No, because remember they don't need no man. H, they don't need no man. H, that's their whole thing. I don't need no man in my life. Yeah,
y'all still on that from the 90s.
Yeah, woman power, bro.
22.
Hear me roar,
but
sir.
See, it's already two shows that's like Living Single on TV now. You got Harlem and you got Run the World.
So a drama would be.
A drama would be best, like if they would choose to. It's a lot of shows you could put. Imagine, wait. All right, imagine this show being a drama. Let's just throw like some quirky ass shit out there. Imagine like Cheers coming back and being a drama.
Well, since it's about a bar, you can easily do that, right? Everybody's going to be depressed because it is a bar.
It's a bar.
A guy running the bar and everybody drama in the bar, and you only don't talk about the drama in the bar. So I guess the drama they could show stuff outside the bar.
Yeah,
show them, talk about the stuff in the bar, and show them after the bar. So that'd be fire. That'd be fire.
Like Cheers being in the like that. Those scenes would be depressing.
Question: what about a show that's already a drama, but they try to force it as a comedy? I guess what Fresh Prince argument is, right? Yeah. So what about but a legit drama that they try for that was Good Times?
Oh, it turned into a comedy?
No, it is a comedy, but it's a drama. Make it legit.
Bro.
Make it legit.
Yeah, because right now sad ass show.
You could do it now, right? Because people live in like you can still do the projects, or people live in public house. Like you could do that now, and showing like how people at the bottom is living and what they got to go through. That'd be fire. It'd be just like Will Smith playing piano on the keyboard. That'd be Good Times. All episodes.
Bro, Good Times is a sad show.
Exactly. So you could make that a legit.
James dies. They never get out the project. Every time they're about to get out the project, something happened. Something happened every time they about to get out.
And that could work in the drama, showing that the system keep pushing them down, and something needs to change. Like they could do this in the same universe as Fresh Prince.
Thelma getting married to the football player. He about to get drafted.
Crack.
He break his leg because JJ tripped him. He never goes to the NFL and he becomes an alcoholic. Like, that's crazy.
I think that'd be a good show.
They wrote that in the 70s.
Yeah, I think Good Times today. And the funny part is, Will can make it a part of this universe if he writes it. Yeah, it just happens somewhere else, but at the same time, Will
imagine like
this could be in Philly. This could be in it was in Chicago.
Yeah, Good Times in Chicago,
bro. The drama in Chicago now, perfect. You're telling the story about people. That is not. Yeah. That doesn't work.
You could do it. You could do it if you could get the rights to the show. It could work.
Yeah, I don't know who owns that show. Well, what station? What station came on?
I think CBS.
That was a CBS show.
Yeah, it would come on Paramount if they was to do it.
But that would help Paramount. Well, Paramount got some stuff on there. I just don't personally subscribe, but they got some good stuff on there.
Yeah, it would come on Paramount. Paramount got.
Yeah, you don't realize. Sometimes you don't realize the company. You don't realize what company has.
Yeah, because it's owned by Viacom.
Yeah, so you don't think about it. You don't think about it when you see like. Even like some of these apps you go to, you like, oh, I forgot they got this and they got that.
Bro, I went to Disney Plus. The other day. I'm just scrolling randomly. I'm like, Blackish on here? The Wonder Years is on there. The new season of the Wonder Years is on
Disney
there.
Owns ABC.
Because Disney owns ABC. Yep. Disney owns ABC.
It's something you don't think about because with Disney Plus, you're like, all right, it's kid movies. You're like, no. Because they already own Star Wars, they own Marvel. Now you said they own everything is on ABC and the ABC family.
Everything.
And if they want to, if ESPN Plus don't work, they could just draw and put it on
and dump the sports over there.
Yeah, like it's a suction inside, like, and it's like, well, you can't get mad at that, like.
Yep.
So that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yo, matter of fact, let's start the video and still talk. I don't want to draw out too much because I got some other questions I gotta ask you. So
all right.
So catch y'all in the next video. If you stayed for this, thank you. If you got any shows that you feel like should be made into like dramas, let them down, man. Yeah, I'm interested because we said good times, living single, friends. We definitely want friends.
Friends as a drama, fire.
Well, I'm trying to think what else can work as. They already did Sabrina already.
They should do step by step,
step by step, day by day. Could you make that? You could make it a drama, but I'd be confused. Like what's going on here?
Make the
you know the Brady, show they want.
Turn the Brady Bunch into a drama.
Now, if you want to shock the world,
it
gotta be Full House. If you want to shock the world, bro, it got to be Full House because the show is so happy, right? So you turn it on his head, like, nah, the man's wife died. He had to raise these daughters on his own. He had to have friends and family to come in and help him raise them. They had their own drama. Why did Uncle Jesse and them move in with him? They had to be down on their luck.
Well, Jesse moved in.
Oh yeah, because he was a single rock star, right?
Because remember, Jesse is their mom is his sister.
Yeah. So what? But he was still a rock star. Or he wasn't. The band.
No, he wasn't a rock star yet, but he played the guitar.
Played guitar for a band or just by himself?
He just played the guitar. Like he just moved in Uncle Jesse.
Yeah. So that means it's possible.
Joey was the comedian.
Yeah, but it's possible that Uncle Jesse didn't have that going for himself.
It's possible.
And he was like, all right, might as well help out. So you can make that.
You can write that. You can write that.
I'm trying to be a musician.
He's a struggling artist.
Yeah, and he needs somewhere to go. Oh, my sister just died. That worked out. What was Joey's story?
Joey's a comedian.
So a hard comedian trying to make it.
He was a comedian. He was a comedian, which he was there. He was Danny's friend. He was the friend.
So therefore, he
wasn't really related.
Yeah, so that's a lot of drama of people who probably have to live together, who probably all need each other because it's a full house. Right. So they can make that a drama.
Yeah, of course.
They could make that, but that was turn everything on its head because everything be sad, right?
Everything. No.
Because it won't be about the kids.
It won't be.
Well, question, because this show is still about the kids, right? The Fresh Prince. It's about what's happening with Will. Yeah. With Full House, can you do that? It feels like you're too young, and do you have to go with the adult angle?
Michelle is the baby.
Yeah, so she can't do it.
But if you notice in Full House, something was always happening though.
Yeah, so I did. Can you go through the kids?
DJ drinking.
Yeah.
Like Stephanie was always on something. Like Stephanie was the middle kid who always felt like, all right, I'm not old enough to do this, and I'm not young enough to be considered cute. Exactly. Yeah, so it's like I'm in the middle. I'm in that awkward middle child phase. So it's like it was always a different dynamic. I'm gonna go back and rest in peace to Danny Tanner.
Exactly.
Bob Saget.
That's why I feel like making it.
I need to go back and watch it because it's a lot of good.
Yeah, I feel like Bob.
Remember when DJ moved into the garage?
Yeah.
She lived in a car. Like that was crazy.
Yeah, like that was crazy.
That was crazy. Like that's crazy.
They could take all them shows from them.
Bro, listen. Like
if they really want to. But I'm curious. I do think by season 2 of this show, we're going to have other shows attempting. But I just feel like you need the right story first, and then you need the right writers to make it a drama. It's going to be hard, but at least they showed in Fresh Prince you can pull it off. If you know what you're doing, if you have it comes from a core, and the director came up with this, right? And Will still got that same director on, so he didn't just take the idea.
Yeah, the creators are still the ones who created the Borowitz. I think is either a husband and wife or a I know they related because they both got the same last name.
Yeah, so the idea is like we didn't just take it and say I'm going to do it. We were like, no, we still bring them people with us. We still want your vision. I'm just giving you the backing. So
he's the executive. Will is the executive producer, and what Westbrook puts the production on.
Exactly, but it got the guy's direction who did the actual pilot, who did the first trailer, the teaser trailer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. Like we said before, we excited for the show. Can't wait. Catch y'all.
Catch y'all in the next video.